What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I know my singing absolutely sucks, but then the focus here is on the question, what is love? Hadaway, the singer, had a way to reach out to millions of people through this one question, what is love? It is the same question philosophers and logical thinkers and the masses have been asking since eons. And that's exactly what we are going to do in this episode today. We're going to try to decode love. And if you like the ideas, do like, share, and subscribe, and also hit the bell icon. And you can also subscribe to our podcast, fuelforsuccess.com, on Apple and Spotify and other platforms. So now you see, talking about love. Now, what is love? Is love something that we experience in the movies? Or is there something more to it? Are we capable of loving others, or do we restrict our capabilities? That's exactly what we're going to look at. So let's start learning love. Now, if you look at the word love, when you go to the dictionary, love, the dictionary tells you that love is actually a noun. Okay, love is a noun. All right, but in reality, if you look at it, love is actually a verb. All right, verb. Now, what is a verb? It means to say something that's in action. So love is actually something that you do. It's a process that happens inside you and it also shows outside. So verb is actually an action. And now you see, love is action. Okay? Now because it's action, love translates into behavior. Love translates into behavior. And now there are two types of behaviors here. One is behaviors that you have towards yourself and behaviors that you have towards others. Now, how do you treat yourself? Do you treat yourself with kindness? How's your self-talk? Is it very negative? Or do you keep using very positive words for yourself? Do you use words to beat yourself up? Or do you use words to pick yourself up and move ahead in life? So now you see how you treat yourself. That is what love is all about. And how you treat others. How do you treat others? Because when we talk about behavior, there is something called as verbal behavior. And under verbal behavior, we have words. All right, words. Now, broadly speaking, there are two types of words. Number one, words that act like arrows. These are the negative words, harsh words, words that hurt us. When you use words that act as arrows, okay, if your self-talk is very negative, you're not showing love to yourself. And when you don't show love to yourself, you cannot show it to others. So what kind of words are you using? Are they arrows or do they act like medicine or nutrition? Because you see, the words that you use can damage you and can damage the other person, can damage the relationship. So you have words that you use that you use for yourself and others. If they're arrows, that's not love because it is not showing in your behavior. You can use these three magical words, I love you, but then if it doesn't show in the words that you use, those three magical words will not have any magic in them. All right? They become shallow, they become fake. So it needs to reflect in your words. And what does medicine do? Because you see, arrows, once you release an arrow, you cannot take it back. In the same way, you shoot arrows through your mouth, you cannot take your arrows back. They've done the damage. Now, if it is medicine, words can be used as medicine because if a relationship is already hurt, you can use the power of words to heal that relationship. Or if the relationship is not hurt and you want to make it strong, it acts like nutrition. That's what nutrition does. It makes things strong, it makes your body strong. Here, we are talking about relationships, so it makes a relationship strong. And if you do not know what kind of words you should use, you can always learn new words. Okay? So verbal. And then there is something called as tonality. Now, what is tonality? Now, you see, you must have heard of Rumi. He was a Sufi saint. He said that it's better to raise our words than our voice because it is the rain that gives us flowers, not the thunder. All right? So that's very powerful. Think about it for a moment. Because when we have the tonality where we shout. There is a sarcastic tonality, harsh tonality. Now, this tonality plays a very important role here. Now, you raise your voice, that's going to damage your relationship. All right, it's like the thunder. It's not going to bring in flowers that would make your relationship beautiful. And then we have the other kind of tonality, being polite, being kind, being assertive. When you don't like something in a relationship, you need not always shout through the roof. You can tone it down and you can put it across in a way that doesn't damage the relationship but addresses the issue at hand. So that is the difference. Tonality can make it or break it. You see? Let's move on. Let's understand non-verbal behavior. I just spoke about verbal. Now, non-verbal behavior. Non-verbal behavior, that is what love is about. We use three forces to express our love or the opposite of love. The number one is eyes. You can make use of your eyes to express your love. How do you do that? I'm going to talk about it. And then you have your ears, and then you have your body. Eyes, ears, and body. So, you see, these are your extra cherries, extra tips. I'm calling them extra cherries in this episode. So whenever you're talking to a person, turn towards that person and talk to that person. Always turn towards that person. Even if you're sitting next to the person, slightly turn towards that person. And then look into the eyes of that person. And I'm just not talking about your life partner, romantic partner. No. It can be your son, it can be your daughter, it can be your neighbor, it can be your wife, mother, father, it can be anybody. So look into their eyes and talk. And if your culture does not allow you to look into the eyes of elders, if it denotes disrespect, then you lower your head. Because in some customs, when you lower your head, that is a mark of love and respect and all that. So you can do that. You can use your body. These are the non-verbal messages that you're sending. So here you use your eyes, you use your ears. That means to say you listen more and talk less. So you've got to listen. Now, how do you listen? You keep asking questions in between, but not every 5 seconds. So when you ask questions, the other person knows that you're listening. Okay, yeah, can I know more about it? Yeah, what happened then? Okay, so here you are inquiring. You want to know more. So the other person knows that you're listening. And then you nod your head and you say something like, and then you don't fidget. This is very important. Whenever you are listening to someone's talking to you, do not fidget. Do not hold your cell phone or anything in your hand. Just listen. And then say, sorry if I committed a mistake. Say thank you. Even if your child brings a glass of water to you, thank your child. Look into his eyes and say thank you. This is a small gesture, but it's going to go a very long way. It's going to deepen your relationship. It's going to strengthen your relationship. And use these magical words, I love you. And when you say I, you bring in yourself. Love again is behavior. Love is respect. And you is the other person. So all the three getting together. So hope you love this episode. And yes, today's assignment, call someone you haven't called, because of your priorities and all that. The relationship just got faded away, or maybe, you just drifted. Call that person up. Tell that person you still think about him or her, and use those magical words, I love you and all that. And yes, people around you, go to them, say thank you, say I love you, and thank them for being there in your life. And yes, go to the mirror and say I love you to yourself for the next 21 days, at least thrice every day for 21 days. I love you as if you mean it. And this is going to create magic. And please do let me know when you do it for 21 days, how it changed your life in the comment section. And you can also go to fuelforsuccess.com, register yourself there so that you can stay in touch with us. Whenever we create content, we can send you a message. And whenever we do master classes on different subjects, you will know when it's happening and we keep you updated. So go ahead, love yourself. That's important. If you don't love yourself, you can't love others. You cannot give that which you don't have. So love yourself first, love others, and take charge of your lives. Be kind, be compassionate, be loving. This is MD Ahmed, and I'll see you soon.